pretty standard bans here these days. Olaf obviously getting, a huge kind of rise in priority to the point where now it's getting blind picked even.
Yeah, I mean, Olaf in the past was just like, oh, you blind it, so you're going to get countered by Kled or Vayne or anything. But nowadays, it's like, I don't really care. I'm just going to play Olaf top, and then whatever they throw at me, I'm still going to win lane and be OP.
Yeah, the Olaf is kind of crazy recently in Prio, and he's not losing to a lot of things. The Kled is, I think, the best one that he's doing so far, but it's not like a huge counter. The Vayne also, it was supposed to be a counter, but the Olaf won every game, I think, against the Vayne, so it's not even like a huge counter. And I do think the Ezreal is kind of OP in LCS. They pick it every game, so...
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the so-called counters to Olaf are also very risky picks themselves, right?
Yeah.
Kled is not going to do well if you get behind at all. So it is Ezreal traded for Karma here, looking like they are considering the Bard. Jarvan going to be locked in for Dardoch. What would you guys be thinking about here for a third pick for FlyQuest?
I mean, probably just like a jungle counter. I know Griffin plays Lee Sin, but I guess they banned it, so can't go Lee Sin. There's other stuff you could do, like Poppy, Teemo, of course.
Yeah,
Teemo's a great one.
I don't think Griffin plays Poppy, and I do think Griffin likes to drop a lot of times, so they might pick mid lane. FlyQuest is really thinking that Griffin has a lot of picks. But yeah, they go with the Shyvana. I think it's Griffin special, sorta. He also likes this matchup. He tends to play it a lot in scrims. I don't think it's that good because you're playing a spicy bot lane matchup, and Shyvana is like a power card champion.
Kind of useless in the bot lane matchup.
So you don't want to be there, but your bot lane wants you to be there, so you're kind of sad that you cannot farm. So I don't know how good it is against Jarvan. There is a high tempo jungler too.
I think already FlyQuest has like the scaling picks where Ezreal, Bard, Shyvana, they kind of, if they survive early lane, they can do well. But I think the pressure's on Dig right now to like pressure them.
Push the face.
Yeah. I think if I were FlyQuest side, I would be looking at like a strong stabilizing pick from mid top lane, something like a Rise for mid lane so Quad can push mid and run down, or something like a Cassandra that can just be stable in the top lane.
So talk to me about the role of the jungler. You think, you're talking about how it can be difficult, spicy bot lane, Jose. So what do you perceive Griffin's role to be then in this game?
Well, I do think that once you pick the Shyvana, you don't have like a really special play. You just want to kind of farm and get your passive stacks up and get items. Because the champion itself is a scaling champion, and you don't really want to involve yourself in many plays. You want to keep farming and scaling and have up tempo against the enemy jungler, but especially against Jarvan. He's a champion that tends to cheese a lot and can do a lot of tricky stuff.
Plays.
So it's not like you can adapt with this champ because you don't have a dash and you don't have a way to like catch up to him if he does a really good cheese or something. And when you have these spicy matchups in bowling, it can change a lot. When you lose a flash, when you lose a summoner, or anything like barrier heal, it changes a lot how the matchups go. So I think it's important the Jarvan plays quite well in the early game, so the Shyvana cannot scale, really.
Makes a lot of sense. Jace, Vayne, the second round ban here for Dig. Feels like maybe it's setting up for something like a Gnar top. Sylas going to be banned out by FlyQuest, of course. The Stolen Shyvana ult is incredibly powerful, so that usually does have to be banned away. And Akali going to be that final ban.
Looks like they're just banning away the melees from Palafox. Don't let him get a good pick. I think he's just going to blind the Orianna. It's a super safe blind. I guess the Gnar can also be blinded. You did ban 2 champions for it. I'm curious what the Gakkos would play into it. He's not been doing too well on the tanks, so I'd imagine he'd take like a bruiser matchup, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think if FlyQuest side, they should take a mid prio to help the Shyvana to not be active on bot lane, to kind of cover what she cannot do on bot side. It's kind of important for them. I will say maybe they go for the Orianna, but Dignitas might go for the Galio, so I don't know how good it is for them to have this type of matchups when you want to play around your bot lane. So that's probably why they drop the Ming pick and give counter pick for Palafox. So we'll see.
Yeah, it does feel like, you're saying you already felt in the first 3, FlyQuest had all these scaling picks. They're going to be kind of on the back foot. It feels like with the Orianna, you're really kind of securing your role as like, okay, we're looking to fight later in the game. We've got to scale. We've got to mitigate loss. But that does give Dardoch a lot of opportunity to try to play around some winning lanes, to try to play a little bit more aggressive.
I mean, I think this has been the tried and true, like, epitome FlyQuest draft where they pick kind of scaling everywhere, and then the enemy team doesn't really punish you, and then all of a sudden at 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you just win a team fight and win the game.
Yeah, and they also pick almost full AP champs, which is kind of interesting.
Shyvana, Ezreal, Bard, Rumble, and Ori.
Lock is a good option. This matchup is very interesting in LCK. They play it a lot, and I do think the Lock has a lot of opportunities to win the matchup. So, yeah, very good matchup if you can play with the Jarvan too.
There's also very little CC for the Lock, which I always feel like, can be difficult against assassins. How do you feel about it?
You do have things like the Jarvan ult, and you are against an Orianna, so if she loses flash somehow, whether you lane well or Jarvan, flashy Qs her or something, it can be very tricky for her. But we have to see how Quad manages it. He's normally very like conserved with how he plays. He's very patient, very disciplined, I guess you could call it. He's Mr. Disciplined. So I think he'll do fine. And I mean, to me, for this draft, it's really just if Dig's bot lane can push the lead, because I think mid and top should relatively go even. Maybe Lock goes down a little bit of CS, but he's going to be hunting for kills. And then just see how much Dig can explode the game early on, because I think if FlyQuest can just scale and scale, you know, get to 20 minutes, they're not down 4 dragons, they're not down 10k gold, they're going to be quite happy in the game.
All right, if you guys could sub in for one team, which side of the draft do you prefer? Which one would you rather play?
I mean, I will play the Jarvan side. I hate playing Shivan in this scaling draft because you feel so much pressure. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the fly draft, but if you can scale, you should do well. But I will take the Jarvan side. You have way more opportunities on the map. So,
what about you, APA?
I mean, I might take the opposite just because I think Dignitas is not really going to pressure them too much. But maybe I'll eat my words.
Yeah, but that's a team issue, not draft issue.
I mean, it's always really interesting, right? Because people have such different perspectives on scaling versus early game. Because you're talking about pressure being on Griffin to be able to, you know, stop what Dig is doing. But at the same time, Dig is kind of on that clock, right? Where there's pressure on Dig to be able to make plays as well. So it always comes down to stylistic differences and what you enjoy as a player.
Yeah, I mean, I also think the Shivan is a scaling pick, but it's not like a huge scaling. If you reach 3 items, that's when you're more strong. But once that line of items goes away, you kind of get outscaled by Kaelin. It's like you get one shot in the end. It's not like a huge scaling jungler, even if with the passive. It sounds kind of weird, but like that's how it works.
I mean, you can already see the defensive setup from Fly. They dropped 3 wards already level 1, and I believe a bot lane ward in the bush. So they have no trinkets already. And they just have such a lack of vision of Jarvan. So if I'm Dardoch, if I'm able to know that they have some wards down in the bot lane, I'd be potentially looking for level 3 gank.
Well, we watched the early game. Inspired is standing by with FlyQuest coach ThinkCard to talk about the draft.
Yo, so I'm here with ThinkCard, and my first question would be like, don't you think it's a bit greedy to go for a champion like Shyvana when you know that the bot lane matchup is going to be quite spicy with enemy picking Karma Caitlyn? Because you kind of could expect the Karma coming in, or like the Caitlyn coming in after they pick Karma. You think it's not too greedy for the bot lane? You think they're going to manage to go through the early game?
I think it depends on what team you're playing against. For this one, I think our bot lane's going to be just fine, and that I think a lot of teams would just 2-3 rise, you know, and make sure that you can actually like fight 2v2 and go into bot river. But I expect our bot lane to be pretty good, and it is Griffin's comfort. He's very good at the champion, and I don't even think we've lost the game on it, to be honest. So it's kind of, I trust that Griffin's going to be able to see the angles, and our bot lane will be able to survive.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's fair. I think that seems like you guys really adapt to the team that you are playing with your draft. I think playing against a team like Dignitas, I would say that probably fits your strengths. But I was honestly expecting them to take the Orianna away. We're like talking here in the draft, both mid laners like Sylas and Akali were banned, then they have 4th pick, and they decide to save last pick for mid lane instead of taking the Orianna away, which is very good with Jarvan and pretty good with Shyvana as well. So, did you expect to get Orianna on 4-5 when enemy have 4th pick?
Definitely not. I thought that they'd take the Orianna. It's one of Palafox's best champions. I think Locke is pretty good here. Like, you can play 2v2 and snowball the game. But if I'm Dig, I would probably prefer to have the Orianna and just really make sure you have like the scaling advantage because you have the K Karma. So I was surprised to be able to get it, and I was pretty happy that we got it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the game is going good. Botlane survives. Shyvana is getting a bot crap. Honestly, the worst part of the game is probably already over. So, looking good so far for FlyQuest. And that will be it with my interviews. See ya, guys.
Thank you, Inspired. Thank you, ThinkCard, for that interview. And how do you feel so far? You know, like Inspired said, hey, you're already past the hard part. We're 3 minutes in. Is this the only hard part?
I don't think it's like a hard part. It's just that Jarvan didn't do a pathing to punish enough. I will say if he will just full clear and play with bot lane push, he will be way more efficient. But I do think doing the trick and base, it won't have enough pressure on the map to do anything. You're just farming. And you don't want to do that into Shyvana specifically. So,
yeah, I mean, even from mid lane perspective, Quad, even though he has TP, Palafox has the Ignite, and he got a face off. He's up a little bit of CS in the mid lane. So it seems like all the lanes are kind of just chilling. Bot is down a little bit of CS, but it seems like it's just fine.
yeah.
Lane getting pretty spicy. How do you feel about this mid lane matchup? This is a throwback to the jungle matchup, as this is what these players were doing in 2016. Griffin was 9 when Dardoch made his debut here in the LCS, back on Team Liquid.
Young kid.
Pick me anything, let me lose a piece. And Griffin's just, I don't even know what you're doing at age 9, learning your times tables or something.
The 2+2 he's learning. But yeah, I mean, That's just how time goes, you know?
It's true, yeah.
But I think for the mid lane matchup, it's Locke kind of has to make it really volatile. You know, he's a melee champion with relatively low wave clear. You can only like Q and then either wave. But even then, like you're using all your skills on the wave, so enemy mid laner surely is going to hit you. So I mean, we can see it from Palafox. Anytime he finds an angle that he sees, he just E's forward, W's forward, and just tries to go for it. He does seem to be on the losing end of the trades, so maybe I haven't been watching too closely, but maybe he's missing a Q here or there, or Quad is just dodging them.
How do you feel then, like, if you're playing the Locke, you got to be pretty happy that Shyvana on the other side, because when you have to keep it volatile, if there's a ganking jungler, that makes it a lot more scary to play the matchup.
Yeah, you don't want to be dashing forward and then enemy Jarvan, enemy Lee Sin just comes out of the bush and...
Jose Diego ward hops onto you.
Yeah, I hate when that happens in scrims.
Yeah, I will say if you're Palafox this game and they know, they're going to use all their trinkets level 1 because that's how you have to play against Jarvan, you should play to perma-dash on Orianna and just perma-trade into her and have the Jarvan come first because that's what will happen most of the cases, but you just feel like they're not doing too much. They're just waiting to scale, and that's not what you want to happen this game. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by Dignitas so far. It's 5 minutes in the game. The biggest lead you have is like a 10 CS lead in the bot lane, but it feels like Dardoch
going kind of rough.
Really didn't like play to like punish anything. He's not trying to punish the Shyvana. She's even getting the 6-minute Scuttle Crab to get her level 6.
He's late.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Palafox here, but it's going to be taken by Griffin. Gets level 6 with the Scuttle. Dragon is up, but of course, FBI and Ignar are winning their lane, but how much of an advantage do you feel like Dignitas has to have realistically to make this draft work?
Well, I don't think you need the exact lead. I just feel like the way they're playing is not good enough to what they should do, and I just feel like the bot lane has a lead, yeah, but it's own bot lane doing their lead. It's not like jungler is involved or anything, so...
Well, FlyQuest looking to start up this dragon, and it feels like it will be uncontested. You can see Dardoch pinging over towards the Krugs. He's not level 6. Would be a pretty difficult fight to take. So they do just give over that first mountain dragon here to FlyQuest. And I always feel like when you're playing a draft that outscales and you get the first dragon, you are just given a lot of time. And you're like, you're chilling, no pressure.
All in from Quad on the mid lane.
Yeah, I will say the level 6 gap was scary. I do agree that if I'm Jarvan, you have to kind of take the fight and you shouldn't give this dragon for free. If you steal the dragon and you get level 6, you might have an angle to fight because they're forcing the dragon without bother prio. So it's not like a free dragon, but I do think like the way they're playing the game is just like to not lose, So it feels kind of weird that they're taking this against Shyvana specifically. So
yeah, I mean, Thinkart said it on the interview with Inspired. He didn't say it exactly about Dignitas playing to scale, but he was kind of insinuating that they're not going to punish them too much.
I think this is one of the things that can sometimes be difficult for lower ranked teams is that if you're losing a lot of scrims and you're losing a lot of stage games, a lot of the plays that you do just don't work, right? And then people can start to doubt their preparation, they can start to doubt themselves, and then it gets into the situation where it's like every play feels like a losing play because they're often not working out, and then you end up being a little bit hesitant to actually pull the trigger.
Yeah, that's what tends to happen when you're on losing teams. I've been on losing teams that kind of like is idea.
Flash Q in from Cryogen. It looks like FBI is going to get taken down. Beautiful play from Cryogen. Gets Masu first blood.
And there we go. Our win condition is
the entire ball lead. Our Kaylin was up like 15, 20 CS, and then poof, just like that, all of it's gone.
Yeah.
Good play from Cryogen with the Q flash.
Yeah, good Q flash. I mean, I think he can flash, but happens. The only issue is this is the win pressure of Dignitas draft, so dying on this and losing flash too is kind of disaster.
You look back at it now, it's like top lane's winning lane, mid lane's winning lane, bot lane's winning lane. Now we got Dragon already. It seems like everywhere's kind of just winning out for FlyQuest in a comp that we think is just a scaling comp.
Yeah.
And Geckos has not been having a good time in lane, shall we say, so far this split. Has been struggling, I think, compared to his performance in the other splits, but he's doing really well in this 1v1 where I thought it was going to be, a lot more even or maybe even slightly Gnar favored in the early levels.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of how Denethor plays the laning phase. I do think Geckos has not been having the best splits, but I like when Denethor plays his champions like Camille and that kind of stuff. Ooh. I think that's when he shines the most, but on normal matchup, Geckos seems way better, at least today.
Yeah, they're going to go for the dive here. Denethor flashes out. Dardoch is in position, going to use the Cataclysm, but Griffin flashing out. Locke is on the roam, and I think that's putting the pressure on. Denethor is having Mega available, but has no flash. We'll see if they can actually catch up. Flag and Drag catches, and Palafox going in. They grab one kill there for Denethor, and Palafox collects the soul in the top lane. Kills evened out here, 1-1.
Karma has flash. He should be fine. Yeah, just flash the Bardold. But I think that kill is like a good start.
Palafox going back
Palafox.
in. Gakos flashes out. Palafox has to flash to respect the tower. Maybe could have just taken the tower shot and saved his flash.
Do we need to flash it? I don't think so.
Yeah, a little bit vegan, but it looks like he's coming back around.
Oh.
I would wonder what the mid lane turret looks like, because Quad's just been whacking mid turret for, what, 2 waves in a row. It's probably down to 3 plates now.
And the next wave is coming too, so we lose another wave for this? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's like traded.
Oh.
Oh, we'll see if he can actually finish
And
him
we
off.
died to that?
Palafox takes him
Wow.
out.
He can do that?
He can do that. That's lock, baby. His 2026 champion right there. Takes him out, gets the kill. And now at the end of the day, yeah, he lost a lot of CS.
no.
Nice snipe from Masu. But Denethor went from down like, what, 400 gold in top lane to actually farming some plates. He's back in the matchup. And Palafox is going to be down a tiny bit of XP, but
You're
pretty
not
much
too
even on
upset about
gold.
that. I feel like Locke really wants to get these kills. He wants to get stacks on his ultimate to get the higher percentage execute. And I mean, if I'm Quad, I'm mad at my teammates. Like, the first death, it's like, sure, whatever. You know, it happens. He roamed. He got 1 kill. But then the second death, it's like, you know, you literally know he's there.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't even think the first day is good because they already take boy grabs. Griffin knows Jarvan is top. He gives the boy grabs, and we're playing the scaling comp now. Now we go to the other side. We're playing the scaling comp. We don't need to pressure dive. So if we just go back and farm more bot lane camps, we take boy grabs and we play for the next round, we should be happy. So it didn't make sense to force that top lane dive at that time too. So
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lack of composure, to be completely honest.
yeah, they're just too happy. It's like, oh, we are scaling so free. Now we can do crazy plays, but it's like, it doesn't make sense. You know, you're scaling for free.
Yeah, do you think that's a case where he just didn't realize where Dardoch was on the map and just kind of maybe a little bit of just kind of overeager?
It's just like junglers nowadays, you have too much free time, so you just go for the first place you see. So if you die, and then you have tempo again, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where you should maybe look for the top lane play, but the instant the Jarvan's there, you can just back out. Like, he didn't commit anything. At worst, he's going to have to commit an ult out. But I don't think that's too bad from Shawano's perspective. And then I think just overcommitting to that play feels really bad. But then you look at the scoreboard now, Ezreal with 2 kills, the kill from Cryogen's Q flash, and then the Ezreal ult. He's feeling really good in this game in a lane that he's supposed to be losing.
Yeah, I mean, he has Triforce here on the same timing that FBI got Collector. Dardoch could be in some trouble. Griffin does arrive. Nice immune there, but the anti-timing on the Bardol coming through, and he misses the binding afterwards. Dardoch looking like he's going to go down as Masu goes on a killing spree.
No flash.
Cryogen chasing after. FBI still without the flash. Feels like he's going to fall for sure. This time, Palafox, though, coming in, going to get shockwaved up, and he's just immediately deleted as he goes through the portal looking to kill Masu. And regrets that decision.
Yeah, what a disaster from Dignitas over there. They're trying to engage bot lane. They're trying to play for a 3-3, maybe with like a little bit of mid gap, and then they just don't understand that Shyvana's this strong of a champion because you weren't able to punish it early game. They get stomped in the 3-3. They get stomped in the 4-4 when both mid laners move down, and now FlyQuest they're in a firm lead. They have Void Grubs, they have Dragon, they have a gold lead. Like, what else do they want?
Yeah, and this arena had item for this fight, so I think that's the biggest difference maker. I also think the Bard ulti was kind of bad at the start, because the Shyvana fear was good enough, and then you can chase them with the Bard ulti. But having the Orianna moving first is also like a huge difference maker for this fight.
Denethor looks like he's going to be in trouble on top side. Cryogen roams up. The Equalizer is there. He's stunned into the wall, burned down by Gakos. Bad goes to worse here for Dignitas, now down 2.2k already early on in this game.
I mean, it's just a movie from Cryogen. He's bot lane, he's top lane, he's everywhere. He's winning every fight. He's 5 KP out of 6. Like, it's just a complete support gap right now.
Yeah, I do think when you don't pressure the Bard enough, he kind of covers the Shyvana weak point, that he can move around all the map and just make the pressure for the jungler. That's something that FlyQuest always doing screens pretty well. And I do think if you don't pressure them high enough, then they just move around and get away with jungle scaling peak and bot lane with like a scaling Sora lane. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can even see it in the map right now. How Ignore kind of just has to be super careful walking in to get wards. He's so scared to even check one bush. But then on Cryogen's side, he's just going top side for vision, getting a kill, going bot side. He can just do whatever he wants right now.
Remember, the LCS Championship is headed to the Gas South Arena in Atlanta, Georgia from October 3rd to 4th. Single-day tickets are now available, and we've also added some more seats at the floor level. Get them now before they are gone, and we will see you all there. And something I wanted to ask you guys about, a lot of pros I've talked to feel like Masu plays really, really well with a lead, but can struggle sometimes playing, in a disadvantageous matchup or from behind. Now that he's, in this position, is that something that you guys kind of see as one of his strengths?
I do think he's one of the most aggressive ADCs in the league. He's always trying to click forward. He's for this game, for example, he's always trying to arcane shift forward and press the lead. You can see him right now. He's just pushing mid as far up as possible. So I do think when he has those leads, it's very good for him.
Yeah, I also think he gets caught a lot of times by playing so aggressive. Like, sometimes you get his flash and then he keeps going forward. That's kind of what happens with this type of ADs.
Yeah, there's the Cataclysm in onto Masu, but it's a nice portal out from Cryogen, and they get out of there no problem. Purgatory and Cataclysm both committed, and the Dragon's taken by FlyQuest, and Palafox is spotted there by Quad, but should be safe.
I feel like they're just, it looks like desperation, you know. How do you Jarvan ult and lock ult on top of the Ezreal with E? Like, how do they think that's ever going to work, when, especially when Bard's right there? And now you can see the support jungle from FlyQuest just doing what they do best with these picks. Bard's just bot lane, he's pressuring the lock off of waves, and sure, they're hitting the mid turret, but they only got one play, you're losing the whole bot turret.
Yeah, it looks like Palafox is very desperate to make something happen, especially with Loki. You kind of want to rush the map and kind of get a lot of kills on the map. And if you cannot get anything, the arena just house-kills you, and you're not very happy with that one. And I do think he's dropping a lot of waves for it, and it's not working out too, because they're respecting too, besides Gakkos. So.
Yeah, I mean, now at this point, Quad is up, going on 50 CS. It does go a little bit under that now, but still 45 CS advantage currently. He got the first tower gold as well on the bot side, so that's created a pretty large lead now here for FlyQuest. It is Hextech Soul that is going to be available, so if you're a FlyQuest fan, you're probably pretty happy about that, given they got the early 2 dragons.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm FlyQuest, Quad's basically Chovy right now. He's got 170 CS. He's like a full turret under him. He got 3 plates mid lane. He's like, what, probably at least 6 plates. And he just kind of do everything. I think you can see it from now, Dignitas perspective. They probably feel that they have to do something. They can't keep giving everything. They're giving Void Grubs. They're giving Dragons. Yeah. So now they're
this is desperation, Herald. Like, you don't have a choice. You have to fight here.
Yep, the TP is going to come in. Actually, double TP from both Quad and Gakkos. Masu shifting forward, chunks down Palafox. The Bard ult going to be thrown out onto Dardoch. Palafox threatening on the side. They go right in. Denethor with a massive combo. Palafox trying to burst him down, looking for the resets, but he can't quite finish the job. Masu stays alive. Quad flashes out. Gakkos, Griffin, and Masu win the team fight, even with a great start, it felt like, for Dig.
Yeah, wow, that was incredible from Denethor. He got like such a crazy engage. What was that, a 3-man combo?
Yeah, and we got a boss, because I think Palafox is like, we did this combo and we didn't kill anyone? That's crazy.
Yeah, they got such a great combo at the start. You thought it was going to be like, wow, Dignitas is turning it around. And then something weird happened. Maybe it looks like Palafox is talking, so maybe there was a lock bug or something. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, we'll give you guys an update as soon as we do find out, but Masu did a good job on the side. He kind of like chunked out Palafox a little bit, and I think it made it a little bit harder for Palafox to get in as quickly as maybe he would have wanted to. And he was very low on health when he went in to try to follow up on that combo, and it just felt like he couldn't live long enough to maybe get some of those resets. Because, I mean, as soon as you start getting some kills on lock, you can go crazy.
Yeah, I do think Griffin was kind of far from the fight. That's why it looks like that they almost won the fight. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was farming a crab or something, the classic jungler camp. And yeah, I do think the camps are not as important as the Rift Herald at this point. And the Bard ulti kind of make a lot of space for the Shyvana to reach, so it wasn't that bad in the end. But yeah, surprisingly, they lost the fight after that huge combo from Dig.
Yeah.
So the update is, sorry to interrupt, the update is from Palafox. He says he encountered a lock bug. I'm not sure exactly what the bug is, so of course the referees are going to investigate. They're going to be going through. You guys are obviously familiar with this process, having played a lot of games. Jose is maybe going to try to look back a bit and investigate on our end. But they do have, you know, shadow play where basically they can go back and they can see all your clicks. They can see everything that happened on your screen and see what it looks like.
So Jose is going back and he's watching the lock right now.
Yeah, it looks like this one, no?
Oh.
Like he flashed in the middle of his E and he canceled his E, I think. That's what happened. Like from the spec, at least. It looks like he E and then he flash, and it looks like he canceled his own E with the flash or something. Yeah.
That does kind of look weird. You would get a reset on, who is that, the Bard?
Yeah, the Bard. He will get a reset here, yeah.
And then maybe that does actually change the fight?
I think they will lose anyways, but like, he might change the fight.
But if it's a bug, it's a bug, right? You know, at the end of the day.
It doesn't look like a bug. I think he canceled his own E with the flash. That's what it looks like for me, but I don't play Log that much, so I'm not sure. But it does look like
he messed it up. It does look a little bit funny. Like you got stuck on the Jarvan ult for a little bit.
Yeah, it's like when you flash on champions like Yasuo or something that it looks weird, but I do think it's like he flashed in between
I think
animations.
it was just a mechanical misplay.
It looks like it, but I'm not sure on that.
I mean, when you're on the losing side, you kind of have to to get anything you can get. You got to pause. Like, ref, that was a bug. That wasn't just me messing up.
Yeah,
Well, and who knows, right? You know, we don't know for sure, but they are going to investigate it, and we're going to throw it over to the analyst desk for now, who are also going to be doing some speculation of their own.
All right, guys, what are we thinking here? We're paused because of what?
An alleged bug.
We hit
because of a bug.
combo on Gnar and we didn't win the fight, so...
Yeah, how did we not kill anyone and we got ace in that fight where everything
ref,
landed? So
my team is
something's got to be wrong if...
Ref, I can't play better than that. It's still not working.
Yeah, I mean, the game state was not looking good for Dig though.
No,
I mean, they picked
I mean,
an
I think
early
the
game
pause
calm.
is the only thing that can save them right now.
It's a pause for mental?
It
Yeah.
pause for mental and
Miracle
paying
there.
for the chrono break maybe. 2-minute one.
break. What's the reasoning behind this chrono break?
Competitive integrity. Anyways, yeah, the game state not going too good for Dig. I mean, they had an early game comp and it's not
They didn't
working
really
out.
use it.
Yeah,
I was not sure if they were aware that they had an early game comp, the way they played.
yeah, I mean, they actually, because they lost 2 dragons.
And they were
Dragon
just
wasn't
kind of
thinking-
chilling. They lost grabs, they lost 2 dragons, they lost second crab.
Yeah, second
They,
crab
like,
was really
So they
important.
lost everything.
Yeah, they didn't fight
And
for
the house
anything.
and the kids.
The main choice was like
And
second
then
crab,
they let
right?
Caitlyn get
'Cause
ganked
And killed
by
that
Ezreal.
Ezreal, yeah.
Yeah,
second crab leads to the dragon, and kind of a hard position in the game if they give it.
Yeah, I mean, then Griffin tried to give it back by diving top, but they also
Yeah,
didn't.
that play you were very mad about.
They didn't execute the best, I think, Dignitas. Just flash EQ by Jarvan instantly, and then probably free kill on Shyvana that don't even waste any time.
They did kill him in the end, though.
Yeah,
but they did
committed
it.
everything.
It
And then
just-
Locke stayed top for like 2
Yeah.
minutes essentially to chase down the Rumble weapon.
He did get the rumble.
And then you got Ezreal today. Just
That's a
rage
real,
baited the
like-
Rumble, but then it didn't even matter. I mean, I thought Denethor would actually use something or get a lead
I
off
feel
of
like
all
when
the
he
time
had no
happened,
flash,
but
right?
like
The whole time I would keep
he
the
missed a
kill.
kill window for sure. Like Rumble overheated in his face, didn't have flash, and he's just about to turn Mega. He missed a kill window there, so a bit disappointing to, you know, if you're in the mid lane and you see that, it's like, why did I just help top so much?
Yeah,
for,
exactly, yeah.
For no reason, essentially. So a lot of things going on in his mind right now, probably during this pause.
Do you guys
I
think
know a lot of
Palafox
players.
really thinking I'm helping top here killing
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rumble?
I know him. He's absolutely thinking
actually
like,
is?
okay, I'm gonna sack my game for you. Now it's your turn to carry. That's how he's
Yeah, I
thinking.
wasn't sure if he saw like the rumble,
Now
like
he's trying to
300 gold on
explain
the
it back,
screen.
probably. Because I assume there's some
Yeah.
bug with the...
Yeah, so ref, I killed the Rumble, I died Ezreal ulti, but somehow top isn't winning. I mean, investigate this guy right here.
Yeah, it's not normally.
Check in
Not
PC.
normally.
Yeah. I mean, on FlyQuest side, I mean, they're just chilling. I mean, they outscale and they're already ahead. So 2
I
dragons.
mean, if there
I
is
think we
any
gotta
hope,
watch this.
Yeah, check
this
the
fight back
replay
now.
out on the fight that lets
Yo,
them pause.
Bruiser, can we change the thing over here to the team fight? Is it possible? Because they hit this massive
It
combination.
looked good. It looked like this is exactly what they need to do to win.
1628.
1628 is the moment the bug was reported
Allegedly,
by Palafox,
bug.
correct?
Allegedly.
Yeah,
bug.
Palafox is running in with his W on.
So they have this massive combination right here.
The Oriole whiffs, right? Yeah, completely whiffs.
And I think if they had lock ulti in this team fight, remember they wasted it earlier, 9 seconds
I mean,
on
his E went the other way, even though he clicked on the guys that were CC'd.
Wait, go back. Go back.
Like,
and
I think
go back and
something-
slow
something
it
with the
down.
Jarvan
Slow
Slow
motion even more?
Something with the Jarvan ult made his champion dash weirdly,
Okay.
I think.
Slow motion,
Eyes on the lock after. Where is he?
eyes and lock.
He is on the left
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
Just
he's
running
coming in
W
from
on.
the portal. Yep.
His ult is sadly on 10 seconds cooldown, so that's unlucky. Should have went Ultimate Hunter.
And then what does he do? He presses E.
And right now his auto attack just doesn't go over the Jarvan wall. I think.
Aye!
Oh,
He flashes
Oh, wait,
E's
he backwards
backwards.
by accident.
Yeah, I feel like he would one-shot 2 people with that
right-
E here.
right
Yeah,
here.
maybe,
when he
honestly, it
reported
could
the
be
bug.
a legit bug, yeah.
It actually looks like he like eased backwards.
He's damage
I
through
think
all
he
of them. It
clicked
gets
them, but
spread.
because there is so many people in the Jarvan ult and there's like no
I
space
feel like the
for a
terrain
champion,
bug,
maybe...
there's got to be some sort of terrain bug with the Jarvan ult, I think.
I think there was just too many
I
people
think maybe
there.
he A-clicked or something and it goes on Ezreal.
No, but it put him backwards where he should have,
Yeah,
because
he,
he's
like-
not ahead of the enemy champ,
He's
so
flashing in, but
should be
somehow
going
he
forward with
teleports
this E.
backwards towards Ezreal.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think you can't click the Ezreal from there.
I mean, you can argue
Exactly. No,
that
no,
if
no.
he,
I
if
don't
he
think
clicks
so
on
either.
like this bar right now and one-shots him with his E.
Yeah, you
Then
can
he
E over
gets
the
an
wall.
E resets,
He
and
can
he will
go
kill the
here.
Orianna one-shot as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
It actually might be a
it's
reasonable
actually a,
boss once.
yeah, actually a good pause here by
You know,
Palafox.
sometimes you pause and you're like, yeah, you're just a freak, bro. Like, you didn't miss your spells. It's nothing to do
Yeah.
with the game.
Yeah, it honestly does look like a bug.
Damn.
Veteran gameplay.
Kind of unlucky though that they don't have the
lock.
lock ult though. If lock has
Yeah.
ult, I actually think they might kill Rumble as well. Rumble is pretty
right
healthy in that
before
play, but
they wasted both Jarvan ulti and lock ulti on the Bard portal.
Oh yeah.
oh, that's true.
And if he
Yeah.
had lock ult right there and he actually gets a kill on Bard, I feel like he might get like a, you know, back and
Yeah.
forth with Lucky. I've
Yeah.
seen him before.
Come back into the game.
lockout there, they're dead. 2 of them
I feel like that
instantly.
actually should be a chrono break, right?
I mean, looks like it.
But
yeah, right?
usually when
What
you
time?
chrono
So
break?
minute 1 or?
but actually, when do they chrono break in these scenarios?
I
Would-
think just
could
right
they-
before
I
the
think
Herald,
like
maybe.
before
Right
the
before-
fight.
the problem is there was a miracle
It's like a dead
play.
game state, I think, is
Yeah.
what they
Yeah, but I think,
classified as.
yeah, you're right. They'll never get that 3-man combo
Yeah, you're
again.
never getting
so
that
even if
kid.
they,
So do they
have-
even want the chrono break at that point? Because it's like FlyQuest would be like, okay, well, we're
I
not
mean,
going to miss
definitely,
Oriole. They miss
definitely
Oriole.
chrono break
Well, they
this.
got aced, so I think
Yeah.
they want a chrono break no matter where they go.
Yeah,
But
that is true, actually.
I think they will have the choice.
Yeah,
when
I
it
think a
comes to
dead
it.
state is better than the outcome, and the outcome was potentially swayed
Yeah,
by
they
this.
probably won't get that angle again, but they will definitely have a better game set of being aced.
Yeah.
I think it was 5-0 as well. Or they got 1 kill on Bard.
I mean, what would you guys want? Let's say you had a choice. What
And
would
definitely
you choose?
chrono break.
Yeah, you have another chance.
Yeah.
Unless you think it's lost anyway, you might as well get it over with. I think it's
We're not winning no matter what, just play
Yeah,
it
but
out.
Digital is playing for
Let's lose in
playoffs
peace.
here. Like, surely they just
you
they
gotta
need
take
it.
all
It's
the
a really
chances
important
you
game
can
for them. So
It's an important outcome to look at.
Yeah.
So can we get an update from the referees or what? Like, what's up?
is it gonna be a chrono break?
Yeah,
They are
what, is
triple
Brian doing this?
checking, and it looks weird so far.
It does look weird indeed.
It does look pretty
Yeah.
weird.
All right, what if you're the ref? You're the ref here.
And just
So-
chrono break this. If I don't know actually what's wrong with Riot when it comes to chrono break. Is it like hard to pull off? Like,
It's
do they?
apparently it's
What's wrong with
dangerous.
Riot?
It can break the game.
It can break the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like chrono breaking is like they
Going
put
back in
your
time.
champions in the game
It's
again.
replaying
and it makes it
everything.
retrace every click you did the entire game.
Up
And if
until
at any
that
point it goes wrong, the whole thing blows up your house.
Your house. Okay, yeah, I mean,
But to be
but-
fair, Dignitas has no house right now. They are homeless.
Yeah.
But I think they should chrono break then, and if it actually breaks the game, then it's on Riot to, I don't know, like it's Riot's fault. Like you shouldn't be punishing Dignitas for Riot not being able
It's
to
like
make
we
a
can't
good
blame the
chrono
jungler,
break.
we can't blame the draft, so we're blaming Riot Games for like this one.
I mean, I think it should be chrono break.
I feel like one of the last times I remember a similar scenario where the game broke was like, I feel like it was Dardoch and Huni when they were on the same team on Echo Fox, and the game actually broke, and they resolved it by gold lead. I don't know if that's a real
They
thing.
resolved it, like the team won with the goal.
I thought so. I don't know if this is a real thing.
Like a
Maybe we
referee,
need to ask the
VAR,
producers.
Yeah, you guys won.
you guys can 5 kill goal lead. It's over.
against around
And
this guy.
Huni on
He's gonna-
Echo
he's gonna go
Fox.
off.
They're currently investigating.
Yeah.
My statement or which one? Maybe
The-
I was
the-
I don't know, bro. I'm just repeating what I hear in my ear, so I don't know what.
Did you play many chrono breaks? I don't know.
I
how
had
many
one
did.
big one in my career against FlyQuest in 2020. We
Oh,
had a
I
fight
remember
where
that one, yeah.
we killed literally everyone. Then they chrono broke. 'cause,
Santorin
like,
mouse,
one
right?
guy's mouse was not working,
Yeah.
and then after the team fight, they didn't die this time.
Yeah.
So we lost all.
But
of
was
it.
it actually not working? What happened then? Was it the issue?
That was
PC
during the
issue?
COVID era of 2020 where we played online or remote, whatever. And
He can't even verify.
So how could they
it,
even
right?
see that then? They couldn't
well, they
confirm
had
it.
cameras and like POV or whatever.
Yeah.
And like the mouse just
There-
didn't move, and the team fight was like, it's lost. Let me just stop moving. Hands on the keyboard. Ref.
I thought during COVID we did have to have screen monitoring software
Yeah,
or
they
something.
did have something like that. Yeah, inputs or whatever. But that was the only one I ever had, I think.
I had one the same year against FlyQuest as well. Yeah, but
not
we
a-
no,
not
it
a
was
FlyQuest.
us.
Again?
FlyQuest is in
It was
all
us.
these.
That
Cast
was
is
us. We were playing the set Callista.
Oh, they're writing something on top.
Echo Fox was Clutch Gaming 2018.
How did it
That was
resolve the
I
game?
think that's,
Game
uh,
server crashed and the game
Maybe
couldn't
that
be
was
recovered.
during the last chrono break. I'm not sure if it's this one.
No. I mean, it was 2018, but since then there were other chrono breaks.
Yeah, I see. But maybe that was the last one that.
The typing.
It crashed.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
it
what's
was.
the mentality if you're a player on? Because like for me, it's just really stressful, or not stressful, but like really boring in terms of like we're just waiting for the
they're typing
outcome.
these guys. I see they're going crazy with the keyboards. Let's see the chat up here. Can you change the scene right now, or whatever?
I mean, the mentality
Wait, where
Dig
is
is
it?
praying that it's a
can't see
chrono
it.
break.
Yeah.
You can't see what they
I
type?
can't see the chat on this thing. I mean, I have it open,
check,
but
check the settings. Maybe it's the settings.
no, the chat is like on my screen, but
Okay.
no one's typing, and it's.
You start typing into them.
Huh?
You start typing as spec.
wait, let me try.
All right.
I think they're leaving us.
They're leaving us?
Yeah, we're out of here.
All
We're
right. I
kicked
think
out.
we're gonna toss it back to the casters.
It doesn't work. I can't
Looks
type
like
XD.
we're maybe getting back into the game. We'll see.
Maybe. Does that mean that it's not a bug then?
All right, welcome back to the cast here. So the determination is that it was not a bug, and they are going to be playing through. So we'll see how quickly this does get unpaused, and we'll have to continue out from this state with FlyQuest obviously at a pretty massive advantage.
Yeah, I mean, looks like what, 5,000 gold now? They have Dragon. They even got the Rift Shard in the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be probably a pretty hard game going on from Diggs. But, I mean, you can see a little bit of hope. Like, Denethor and Dardoch, they got a big wombo combo there. Sadly, he didn't have the lock ultimate. And looked a little bit funny on his E with what happened.
Yeah.
So, I would say that's probably like one of the last hopes in the game. Like, Orianna, no flash. Maybe you can look to punish her a little bit. But right now, it just looks to be hard after this team fight.
Yeah. There is a phrase that somebody say one day, it's like, pick me whatever. I don't know if you guys heard about it. This could be the case, you know?
Let me lose in peace. I don't know if it was a bug or not. I can't say, right? But it did look very weird. I will say that because he flash E'd and then the E bounced back out. Whether that's like an intended interaction with Cataclysm or whether it's, you know, if there's not space for lock to E4 that's intended, I couldn't say. It definitely looks really weird though, and those are frustrating moments. You know, as a pro, I'm sure you guys have had those moments where it's like something weird happens and you're told, nope, that's just how it is. Keep playing.
Yeah, well, there is some interaction that you can never replicate because every game is different. So the option of that happening again is like very low. So yeah, you just kind of keep going with it.
Sadly, Denethor missed the top lane engage. They were trying to punish Quad with no flash, but he's just rockabouts out of the combo.
Yeah, and we're dropping another bot wave for Palafox, so it feels worse for him, I guess.
I mean, he doesn't seem to be too big of a fan of CS. He's down, what, 60 CS already in an 18-minute game? Kind of a big CS lead gap.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the thing that's always even worse with those situations is like you're down so much CS, but also the play gold and also the experience as well, right? And
yeah, the experience is what hurt the most.
Oh, Griffin's going to go in here looking for Palafox. Cryogen Q flash does connect. Dardoch with the knockup over on a quad, but Palafox still trying to limp out. Masu arrives. FBI hitting him and pushing him back, and now the TP into the backline comes from Denethor. But the question is it too late? He's about to mega out, has the TP shield, but the Bartle from Cryogen just stuns him out of the air. He lost his crunch on that, and FBI now very low, and no way Griffin escapes in the Herald. He's going back in. He's got no health, but he doesn't care. The drive-by knock-up here. Masu's ult doesn't get a kill. Even knocks the Herald into mid lane there to get a kill there as well on the tower.
I mean, it's just going bad to worse from Dignitas in the last few minutes of this gameplay. I know we paused, but Rift Herald was just a couple minutes ago, and then this top lane play where it's so close to getting quad, but just not enough, and so close to getting Griffin, but then not enough. And then suddenly the game is just exploded. Now we see the third dragon coming up. That's probably going to be theirs, and back to the fight.
Yeah, it does feel like the pause made the game longer because this game was over after that one. So yeah, it's just like they're getting styled on right now by the Rift Herald and a lot of stuff in the game.
This Bartle was pretty sick because I think he took Denethor out of his leap. So he loses his E cooldown as he's trying to go in for the Mega Gnar play because he had no flash from that previous one.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bartle ulti was kind of insane. Also, the Rift Herald was kind of insane. 1 HP and take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Griffin's definitely playing a little bit on the knife's edge there. He definitely didn't calculate everything. But going back to live, it's like 3 dragons at 20 minutes. You have a scaling comp, you're up 8k gold.
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting a bit too dire for the Dignitas side.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Orianna with Magi is too. It's like a lot of weird stuff is happening in this game that shouldn't be allowed to. Yeah.
It is definitely looking very tough for Dig. Obviously, we all know this is like a 99% chance for them to win. What is the 1% that you're thinking about? Like, what is the play you're thinking about from Dignitas' side where, you know, it's probably one more team fight and then the game ends, but what is the one play you would be trying to look for that miracle?
I mean, you can maybe start it off by like getting a side lane pick onto one of Quad or Denethor, but then I guess the big hope is really just you hope for like the wombo that you saw at the Rift Herald, but then it just goes slightly better. You have the lock ult this time instead, and then the lock gets full combo, and maybe you get Baron and objective bounties. So I think that's kind of what they're looking for. But if you're on the FlyQuest side, you know the game's over. You know you don't have to do anything funny. You can just push waves, not die, and then
show up to objectives.
Everything is going to just keep going to your plan, because Dignitas has to do something at this stage of the game, or they just lose.
Yeah, exactly. I do think the Baron is the best chance for Dig, but even if you fight on Nashor, there is a high chance you still lose even in the best spot. So doesn't feel like there is a lot of plays. I think silent play nowadays are kind of easy to tell. It's like, oh, he's not showing top, he's here. You know, it's like pretty easy to avoid them. So yeah, it's just like waiting for Dragon if you want, or you can just start an Nashor and just make them come fight. That's just the two options for Fly too.
We can see the playoff scenarios there just popped up. FlyQuest, whether they win 2-1 or 2-0, if they win the series, they are locked for playoffs. Dignitas just slightly increases their chances, of course, of making playoffs. You know, whether it's a 2-0 or 2-1, they will have that chance. Baron being started up here by Shyvana, though.
I think Shyvana is one of the few champions that can actually solo Baron, especially when you change into the dragon form with the true damage on your Q.
Yeah.
But they do spot it out.
Yeah, Griffin does love to hit Baron Salon. He does it a lot in the scrims. It's kind of funny, but he loves doing natural a lot.
I mean, I think it's good from FlyQuest, though. I know it's like a little bit funny to hear someone soloing Nash, but they're up so much gold.
Yeah.
I think they kind of just want Dignitas to fight them.
Yeah, but even if you don't do anything, you're taking their camps, you're taking their space, you can hit towers slowly and get plays. It's not like you have to do Nashor, but there is always the option, so they just feel pressured to go in.
Oh, the equalizer completely whiffs, and Denethor, nice little sidestep there on the Bartle. Flashes over the wall, does get out to safety, but does lose that critical flash. And when you're thinking about ways to come back, you're thinking about those playmaking tools, so that's just getting that much harder.
Is that a real stat? When you're up 8,000 gold, it's 151 to 1 or 0?
Damn.
I mean, being up 8,000 gold doesn't happen too often.
I mean, it happened 151 times, so I guess it's often.
In like 12 years or 13 years, right?
Oh,
that's LCS history.
Oh, I see.
Since the beginning. And here goes Dardoch looking for Masu, but he has his E, and Griffin has the ulti. Dragon's Ascent just used over the wall. Masu shifts out to safety, and Dardoch now chunked out. Pretty low. They're just trying to force something here. Dignitas clearly feeling like they need to force because Quad is just pushing top lane for free. They're losing all their camps. They're not answering bot. So they've decided that the way to play is just group 5 and hope they can find some sort of an angle.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Dardoch in this situation, you just watch your Gromp blue buff Wolves get taken. Then Griffin goes to the bot side. He takes your Raptors red buff Krugs. You think to yourself, oh, now what? I can't fight them. I can't get my camps. Like, what do I even do? The only gold I'm getting is passive gold.
Yeah, it's like you're just bleeding slowly. You're just losing everywhere, and you cannot do anything about it. So yeah, and Griffin is one of the junglers that he will also farm his camp. So you also go down more CS. So yeah, he doesn't let you like too much to do. And now they're just gonna play for down and just probably finishing that fight.
It just feels so hard. It feels like Dignitas can't do Baron. They don't really have the damage for it.
Yeah.
And then Griffin takes all your camps, and now he's full clearing his own camps. And there's gonna be a soul fight in a minute. And like from Dignitas' side, it's just like you just have to pray you get some wombo, but your Gnar has no flash now. He can't do the same thing he did in the Rift Herald fight.
Yeah.
And
even if you get it when you're this far down, you look at the item completions, like every single person is up a full item.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like they're just waiting for soul. I'm also surprised they don't take Griffin camps like the FlyQuest side. If Ion is this Ethereal, he took like 5 camps for me.
Yeah, he
but
takes
they don't take a
Raptors,
single one.
Wolves.
So I'm kind of surprised by it. I'll have to talk with Ion about it.
You're going to have to VOD review this game with Jan. Look at what this AD carry's doing. Took none of my camps. It's beautiful. Denethor swinging a miss there as the Rocket Belt gets Quad out to safety for the second time this game.
And that's one of the big tools that you need from the Dignitas side, the Gnar ult. And it's just gone just like that. I feel like FlyQuest is playing a very disciplined game this time around. Even though they kind of pulled the Baron, but they're just holding space. They're taking camps. It feels like so suffocating for Dignitas in this game to do anything.
Masu is just chunking them out. Now shifting forward onto Palafox, who went way too far, gets burst down here thanks to Dardoch and Palafox, but Dardoch will give his life in exchange. FBI now running. Griffin is just not losing health whatsoever. FBI flashes the wall, but just dies on the other side, and now it's a full-on retreat here for Dignitas. Ignar flashing out. Denethor not so lucky. He doesn't have a flash to try to get out. FlyQuest do lose Masu as he gets burst down, but they crush the fight regardless.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier into the game with Masu being such an aggressive ADC. He arcane shifts forward and instantly gets punished for it, but it just doesn't matter. They're down too much gold.
The beautiful Ezreal engage.
Yeah. The arcane shift into 5-man people die, and you still win because you're up 10,000 gold. Yeah. Sometimes you can get away with it.
Palafox now is looking. I mean, Quad and Cryogen are quite low. Griffin will be able to secure this no problem. We'll see if Palafox can find anything, but
might have killed himself. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean it's tough.
In-game.
Yeah, looking for the angle, right? But there's no real good angles at this point. And Gakgos and Griffin both up 2 levels. Palafox on the run is just gonna have to take another death here as FlyQuest have secured this game 1. It's really just waiting for the Nexus to fall. Here's this one more time.
Yeah, I mean, we can see FlyQuest holding space, and then Masu just a little bit too eager. He's probably just like happy. Everyone's up 10k gold. Like, you can feel like you can do whatever you want. Sadly gets punished, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters for KDA, but for the entire game, you're still going to win.
And Shyvana literally does not lose health in this whole fight with the Caitlyn hitting him.
I had this game since Scrims, and my coach keeps telling me how OP is Shyvana, and when I play it, I don't do anything, and we lose the game in 20 minutes. So yeah, this is one of those games that she's so accelerated that it feels like she can do whatever she wants, you know?
I mean, she's up 5K.
Yeah, that's what it feels like when she's up like that much CS, you know? She just keep farming, and of course any champion with this huge lead is gonna do everything she wants, you know? So.
But yeah, going forward, I think the macro from FlyQuest is just easy. You have Baron now. They didn't contest it. I think you just go down 1 or 2 lanes if you really want, and you can kind of just push to the end. You're up so much gold, you're up so many items on every single person.
Yeah, they should just dive here, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like just push and then really just dive. I don't really see how Dignitas can fight back. They lack flashes on a few of their carries. It just seems so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Death Cap is now complete for Quad. He's got his Shockwave level 16. Any decent engage could be the end. They're going to look for Gatghost. He just goes Stasis, though, and Masu's going to be able to take down Palafox. On the other side, Tempered Fate does land onto FBI. Masu shifts forward, takes him out as well. As in goes the Shockwave with the Dragon's Descent. It's just on a Denethor. Gets a Meganar into the wall, but it does not matter. That's a triple kill. Masu going to be able to grab a Quadra. Can he find the Penta in the Found? Let's see if they dive
go
for
find
it.
the Penta here, Masu.
Surely you got to go for it. Ignar is waiting, but it looks like FlyQuest not heading for him just yet. They are going to be looking for it now. Let's see if they can get Masu the Penta. They go in.
Oh, no.
And they don't get it. Gakko steals it. But FlyQuest do take game 1. All right, well, Lucian's coming through, so the expectation, of course, is going to be Lucian Melio bot lane. Though TL has played Lucian Nami a couple times.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty much the only people in Tier 1, though, that were playing much of it, at least at the time of picking, I remember seeing.
Yeah. I do think it's like a core special more than anything. I like the Melio more, and every time I suggest Melio to core, he's like, the champion is like, I like Nami healing in lane. So he's like, sure, you know, just pick Nami, and it's going to be similar. You know, the idea of the champions is same almost. So, yeah, I do think FlyQuest likes to play Sen and Naughty, so I don't know how good the Lucian first pick is for D.
Yeah, I like the nulls instantly into the Lucian. It's like a champion that's low range, you have to dash in and come into the mid game. You're always thinking about this oppressive Lucian on the mid game, or mid lane, and the null's is just there. You just press alt, you don't have to land a hook. You just press your point and click spell when he dashes in. He's always in range when he's dashing. And so far it looks like a good answer. And I know, like Jose said, Masu is known for his Senna, so...
Only the second Senna pick so far this split, so definitely hasn't been a popular pick. 0-1 so far throughout the split. Melio, as expected here, will be locked in. Melio 3-8 so far in the LCS. That's a little bit surprising to me.
Maybe that's why he doesn't want to pick it.
He looked at the stats. He gains Legend U. You're like, hey, Core, why don't we play Melio? And he's like, it's 3-8.
He's not the same, yeah.
Can't be playing it.
That's what I got it.
You've been countered.
Yeah.
And then now with both these mid lane picks and the Victor gone, seems like a solid game to go Rise. Like all of his, I suppose, answers. Like there's a common answer now for Quad of the Anivia. So I'm curious if he's going to take that, or maybe he just drops and Griffin picks some funny pick here on 3.
I don't know how funny picks you can go with Sen and Naughty. I do think you have to have a high pressure jungler. I don't know if he can get away with this game. I think Pantheon has huge value for them, and they might take it. Oh, Asir is a good answer into Rise. Yeah, good matchup. But I do think the prior for jungle pick on 4 should be a high pressure jungle like Pantheon or something like that.
Do you expect to just see like PTA? I know we've been seeing a lot of PTA, Dusk and Dawn is here, that kind of style. But some people still like Nashor, some people go different routes.
I think Quad has shown Azir a few times so far in stage since the buffs that went through. And I think both times he went PTA Nashors, if I recall correctly. I don't recall what he went second core.
I'll check.
But
checking 2.
I would expect fully just him
2
to go
doses.
PTA and go Nashors
first. PTA both games, no Dusk and Dawn. Do you
Yeah.
kind of like the tankier style build? I know it's always interesting because some players, think purely about like, okay, how much DPS is this build doing? Some players put a ton of value on having a little bit more HP in the build. It kind of just depends on obviously the comp you're playing into and then also the player's preferences.
I think the Dusk and Dawn build is like a little bit more bursty because it gets you PTA proc faster, obviously one more auto faster.
Yeah.
And then it has like the Spellblade passive. So
a little health and a little heal.
Yeah, you burst a little bit and you're a little bit tankier. But Nashor's is overall more damage. So it's kind of just what you're looking for. If you're looking for a little bit more burst, you can go PTA and then Dusk. And then if you're looking for just full DPS,
If they have an Ornn or something that you have to kill.
Yeah, then I think you can go Nashor's. So I wouldn't be surprised if I just see quad stick to what he's been running with Nash's PTA. I'm a big fan of Azir recently, since the buffs he was changed. Like PTA was changed, it was like bug fixed for him, and then obviously you got the buff on his Q, it gained like 15 damage, I believe. Both sizable buffs. He's surprisingly a lot like stronger in lane. He's still a little bit weak, but he's more or less stronger with both the buffs coming in. So I wouldn't even expect him to struggle too hard in lane. He might lose Prow early on, but as the lane goes on, you know, he gets levels 6 to 8, I would say. You can start to fight back for Prow.
Interesting. So Vayne ban was responded to by the Renekton ban from FlyQuest. The expectation that would be what Denethor would want to play. What do you think the Jax ban signifies here for Denethor?
They want Ambessa here, totally. And I do think FlyQuest is going to take it and flex it. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. I don't know why Dig will give it so free. I guess they have an option for it to counter it. I don't know.
It's going to be a bit hard to counter it though, because you know it's like double flex at this point. Like they banned the Renekton forward, so it can always go top lane, I kind of feel like.
Maybe Poppy is the answer for Ambessa here, but I don't even know how good Poppy is into sending out the Asin.
Yeah, it doesn't sound that great into those champions are kind of outranged and you're not even blocking a dash. Like,
yeah. I do think Pantheon still has huge value, even so for both teams with this type of matchup, but yeah, the Poppy comes through. I don't know if they're gonna flex it that much. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, Denethor, a lot of people don't know this for viewers, but Denethor used to be like a 1-3 Camille when he was playing solo queue.
Played it yesterday as well.
Yeah, he's kind of good at it. I do think he's one of the best matchups. But blinding Camille like this, I don't know how good it is. Even with all these bans, it's good matchup in Ambessa though, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And there are quite a few top lane bans. I mean, Jax and Renekton are 2 champions that Camille can struggle with top lane, and they're already banned out as well. I don't know. Did you guys watch the game yesterday? He played against Gnar.
I watched a little bit of it, yes.
A little bit, yeah. He was winning the matchup, if I'm not wrong, yesterday.
He was down in the 1v1, but he was finding some good plays and stuff. There was one thing I kind of felt like, because it was, you know, we talked about these range versus melee matchups in mid lane, and Dardoch didn't really go up there at all. And I always feel like if you are going to go for you know, like a more spicy matchup, you kind of need your jungler up there because you need to play aggressive for these counter picks to work. And Ivern as a potential answer here. This is like the throwback to when Inspired was on FlyQuest, where they used to play Ivern plus some of these carries. And this is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Dignitas entered this game. It's like a time bomb. This Ivern champion is really willing to trundle because of you cannot get punished, and you kind of are better in fights too, and you cannot get punished by his ulti because he also have enough range to reach you. And yeah, I do think FlyQuest has the advantage on the range, but Dignitas again playing the early game aggressive comp.
Giga scaling.
Yeah, and they want to fight early game and make some stuff happen in the map.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I think the Ryze will have a lot of power in the mid lane against the Azir. He just EQ, EQ, EQ. The wave's going to disappear. I'm curious to see how much pressure he can apply to the bot lane, because from what I understand about Sen and Nala's Lucian Milio is that Lucian Milio, they do win the early game. They get outscaled, but they do win the early game. So maybe with all this mid control, all this bot lane control, you can maybe run more up to bot lane, get an early dragon or something going for you. That's what I would be looking for this game. And then hopefully just let the Camille go even CS, hopefully in the top lane, and just scale.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it is interesting in this FlyQuest draft. You know, with the Ivern coming in, kind of really reminds me. I don't know if you guys remember when Gatkos made his debut when he was subbing in for Bwipo. He played this Aurelia top game, and Inspired played Ivern for him, and it was like kind of like all about chain ganking top, playing towards Gatkos, and playing towards these melee picks that Gatkos is kind of known for.
Yeah.
So how much do you think this is going to affect top lane? Potential 2v2s and things like that, Jose. When we talked about Denethor, he said he's really good on this Camille, and it's a good matchup. Well, how much does that change now with the Ivern versus Trundle?
I do think this game is going to be a lot of bot lane, even with this top lane spicy matchup, because Lucian Milio and Sen and Out is a bot lane matchup that requires a lot of attention for both junglers, and Ivern has the upper hand of having the fastest clear in the jungle. So even if Trundle is stronger in base like level 3-4, the Ivern is going to be there faster. So it's based on what Griffin wants to punish first, because he will be faster no matter what he does.
And it does look like Griffin knows the clear.
Yeah.
You start in the wolf camp and then you queue the blue buff over.
Yep. Very normal clear, yeah. He's going to go grump after and then just going to follow the clear. I mean, this, you cannot fail with this. You literally just clicking. If you miss the queue, you need to get banned from competitive or something. So, yeah.
And then it seems like it's always like a really fast Ivern clear. It's like 2:30, right? Or something like that?
2:25, I think.
Wow, is that fast?
Yeah, if you want smite, you can do it slower. For the crab, specifically saving the smite. But if you see your bot lane losing trades like this, you can speed up your clear and help them faster, like saving golems and going faster. Yeah, that's something you can do. it looks like he's gonna do that one.
This is a little thing, but I'm kind of curious on your take on it, Jose. Like, if you're playing Trundle, obviously there's not great ulti targets, but Nautilus still did take Aftershock, which makes it a little bit more beneficial for the ult steal. Do you think he should have been playing Glacial instead? Like, do you think that it just maybe is irrelevant? You know, what's your kind of take on that? Do you feel better about that, playing the Trundle now?
I think the Trundle approach on this game, full clear into Ivern is not ideal. I do think you want to make it spicy and having him choose, like, either invading him level 1 and making him, like, doubt what he needs to do, or, like, disrupt his pathing. Because if you let him full clear like this, he's just going to be faster than you. And you don't want to be that happen with Nautilus and Lucian Milio in this matchup. So, yeah. That's what I will do specifically, because look now, he's 220, he's going to smite it, he's going to be ready to do something.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it from Palafox side. He burned Ghost, he's playing mid lane super aggressively, but now you have to be a little bit scared. Like, your Trundle's still doing blue, still doing Grom, and Ivern just has time to either gank bot or mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, will be tough, and they don't have any River Ward, of course. Should be aware of it, though. The heal's going to get popped early. There's the passive route onto FBI. Hook does land, but Ignar is just blocking Griffin out from being able to find any sort of Q himself. So they get out of there. It does cost them the flash and the heal, but it is, of course, traded for the flash and heal there from Cryogen.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I think he should regank bot lane again. He had too much time. Like, Trundle still didn't full clear, and now he just finished, and now he's like, oh, I'm done. But I do think he had another timer to pressure bot lane again. But even if you don't kill him, getting their summoners is kind of huge for the bot lane matchup. You're kind of happy with that one?
A little bit scared now, though.
Yeah,
your jungle is going top side. You have Trundle, you can play the gank, or just dive bot lane. It looks like that's what Dardoch is looking to do.
Yeah.
So you have to be a little bit worried if you're Masu. Maybe just drop the wave, which feels really bad.
Yeah, he's going to have to leave, and his recall could even get delayed if Dardoch wants to spend the time to do it. But of course, Dardoch was looking for a recall himself, so we'll just drop a couple of minions, and it does mean Dig grabs a plate there. So FBI out to a nice little early lead here.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, if you're Dig, you're happy. You weren't really punished. I know you lost Flash for the Ivern gank, but you end up denying the send a wave. You get a plate. Like, you're pretty happy going to base now.
Yeah.
All right, so Griffin looking for a potential invade here, but if Dardoch is, of course, back in base, so Griffin going to try to steal this away. We don't know exactly where Dardoch is.
A bit greedy, yeah.
It's going to be really scary for Griffin now. He gets pillared.
Yeah, Denethor going to be looking. The flash is forced there from Griffin. The tack sweep does miss, so Griffin will not be slowed down and can walk out. Steals the Krug, loses his flash. You know, would you call that invade worth or not?
I mean, denying golems is kind of important for jungles nowadays. It's the highest XP camp, if I'm not wrong. So denying this camp feels kind of nice. Ivern doesn't get, like, huge value, but, like, you lose your flash, so you won't get punished by enemy comp because they don't have, like, a huge engage. They have Milio Trundle, so if you, as long as you don't misstep, he's going to do his full kill again. He's going to mark his pick on a base again and have another tempo, so he should be happy with that one. Yeah.
The wave looking really good here for Dignitas as, you know, obviously they crashed the wave bot. Senna was, you know, around, tried to push out a little bit, but couldn't fully crash that wave. So FBI going to be collecting this under his tower, but the buy is good for Masu because he did stay around a little bit longer to push out, has the pickaxe and the refillable, and they still have that flash advantage on AD carry. His barriers also come back up.
Yeah, I mean, I know Rise hits 6 soon, should be on this mid wave, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I know the level 6 Scuttle Crab comes up in a minute, and then, of course, Dragon Spawn. So I'm curious to see what they're going to try to do with this control that Rise should be able to get, but even when we look back at mid lane, every time I watch, Quad's just, even CS, he's chilling on the Azir.
Do you think Rise should naturally be able to get prio here? Or is this something where you need to maybe call your jungler and kind of make it a multi-step play where you try to put some pressure on the Azir and then try to go elsewhere?
Now that Azir is 6, you have to be a little bit careful because, of course, you play too far up, you can just get flipped. You're still a mobile champion. But it looks like Dardoch's just going to start the Dragon. Probably the bot prow. I think his mid laner is a bit stronger. And they know Griffin's no flash, so maybe that's the punishment for Griffin taking the Krugs.
Yeah, I don't know how easy this Dragon is based on the position on the map.
Yeah, Azir looks like he has first move. Griffin does spot it. The Dragon is getting pretty low here. Cryogen and Masu fighting. They're going to turn for the fight. The pillar there onto Masu. It's Cryogen just has to pop, heal, and run. FBI dashing forward, doesn't have the damage to finish him off. And Dardoch has been tanking this tower for so long. This Dragon, excuse me, Quad is going forward. They will be able to secure it. Palafox in the back line, focusing down Griffin. FBI is in the middle of everyone, and FBI is going to go down for first blood here. It does go to Cryogen, which is at least something for Dignitas, and they walk away with the Dragon.
Yeah, I don't think it's that worth. I mean, it's sort of the same as the last game. You're playing the side that doesn't want to scale and giving one fight for free. this happens because the Iron took your golem, so Dardos feels the pressure to like start
Do
Dragon.
something, yeah.
And since he won't have the Smite upgrade, it's also risky to flip it. So yeah, I mean, it's like just a 50-50 fight, and you're willing to take that. You shouldn't be that happy because of the champions you're playing. So yeah, feels kind of bad.
Dardoch was so low from the Dragon before this even started.
Yeah, he was tanking it for what seemed like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and I mean, it doesn't that much damage, but over time, of course. And then FBI just tries to zone the enemy bot lane, and his team gets pushed out, and he's just left in a 1v4, and nothing he can really do about it.
All right, well, let's see if Dignitas can get anything done here. Griffin down to the bot side. Cryogen, the hook will miss.
That was disgusting.
See, flashed in. Can't connect there.
Yeah, I mean, kind of good play from Fly. I mean, trying it is good. I think the execution was not there.
Ooh, Denethor is very low here. Did actually use the passive, and is going to go in with the public execution. Denethor has the Hextech ultimatum, barely survives, uses his flash and his ult. And Gatghost now building a pretty significant advantage here, already up a good 10 CS after this wave, and is going to be able to grab a plate. And that is bad news for Denethor. With no TP, he gets his recall denied again.
Oof.
Yeah, he's going to miss so many minutes. He missed minions from the previous wave. Now he missed this whole wave. And he might even miss some more because Gatghost is just proxy farming him. No one can really help. You see everyone on Dignitas just on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah.
I mean, this was really bad for him.
It's sort of what we said before, like, even if the matchup in top lane is very spicy, junglers are going to be focused in bot lane. So whoever plays this matchup better is going to have a huge lead no matter what. Like, nobody's going to be there, so yeah.
And then even something like that, like Firefox's realm morphing to the mid lane just to not lose a wave. I mean, if you're on the FlyQuest side, we're talking about them scaling again. They have these scaling picks so that they go into the game. Like, the only thing you're down is a dragon, but you're up nearly 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
So going to be feeling really good about their position now. It looks like Griffin going to be the one starting up the grubs here. And Dardoch is heading out down towards the bot side, potentially. So we'll see if there's going to be any sort of a contest for now. But I mean, Quad is already here. They're at least going to get 2, you have to think, and maybe just going to get all 3. Because, yeah, Griffin's going for bot scuttle. Or excuse me, Dardoch's going for bot scuttle.
I mean, getting 3 boys with Ivan is kind of crazy. This champion is so slow doing it. And just getting 3 is like a deluxe, you know? It's like you're getting everything on the map. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, every time you look mid lane, it looks like Quad just boxes Palafox out with his soldiers. And that seems a bit hard, but Palafox says now, I'm just going to drop those 4 CS and try to gank bot lane.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to be able to pull this off. The pillar comes in, the culling, tickling Cryogen. Not much damage there to speak of. Dardoch going to start this up. The TP's already coming in. This is a risky dive. They're looking for Cryogen. The Senna ult is there. Palafox kills off Cryogen, but now Quad will arrive. That super slow teleport helping it to work out. And on the top side, Denethor looking like he is about to get finished off under the tower, but the trigger seed does pop onto Denethor, pulls aggro for Gatghost, and at least for now, they have to back off of that dive on the top side. Looking like they're thinking about rediving it, but Griffin's getting a bit nervous and just decides to back off.
Yeah, maybe they're not too confident. Maybe they think someone could be basing. I mean, overall, like solid play from Dig. They got a TP out, they got a kill. They knew that Cryogen from the previous play had no flash, and now he's walking straight back into Trundle. This could be scary.
And he does see Trundle there with the sweeper, but not very concerned. I guess Ignar and FBI were pretty far back, so not much of an angle to actually go aggressive there onto Cryogen. And yeah, like you said, very good run of play there for Dig. Of course, Denethor is still down in that matchup, and things could be a little bit difficult there. Masu at this point, 28 souls, 29 souls. That's actually quite good for pro play in a matchup. Especially, I always find, like, I play a lot of Senna, and when you're playing against range support, it's so much harder to actually farm souls effectively versus if you're playing against something that's like low threat, like a Braum or something, you're getting souls for free every time they Targon.
Yeah, I mean, I do think still, even if FlyQuest couldn't defend the play properly, they got 1 kill and it's not the end of the world. They're going to be happy fighting the next dragon. So.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Dig can do with the next dragon. I think they have to keep the like pressure on the pedal a little bit, you could say. Even for the dragon, though, it looks like they're just swapping up top lane. Maybe they're looking to do something onto Gatghost here.
Yeah,
keep overloading playing.
They're going to look here. They have the Hextech ultimatum. Nice buffer with the public execution. Might just kill off Denethor. Denethor has to kite it out. FBI and Dardoch are here, so as long as Denethor doesn't walk in, this should be a kill for them, no problem. The question is, can he get that kill? The Breath of Life has to be used, and that was a lot of extra tools spent there. As Ignar had to flash in an ult, he was worried about Denethor going down, and Denethor could have just played a little bit more slowly, let his teammates get the kill.
Yeah.
I mean, the question now is if it's worth it. You get a kill in the top lane, and you're going to get probably at least a few plates.
Plate.
Yeah.
But you're trading it for plates in the bot lane. You're losing at least one wave in the ball lane, then of course the Dragon now.
Yeah, I mean, I do think this, if you're gonna do this swap, and you should commit to hit the top tower with the Trundle, because it doesn't make sense. You're giving Dragon, you're getting bot waves a bit, and I don't know, you're just playing for one kill, and the enemy team is gonna just be happy with the Dragon because they're playing the scaling comp. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a huge.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the lane assignments now. It looks like Gakkos from base is going bot lane, and then FBI is actually going mid lane with Palafox going top, and then it seems like everyone's just matching lanes. They decided quest points. Who cares? We're just gonna match.
And the Asir should be happy into the Rise too, because he has Nashor Tooth, so this is like when it starts become too rough for Rise. So.
And Gakkos and Quad already finished their role quest, so they're going to have that advantage as they do move out to different lanes on the map. Will already have their quest completed, which is quite nice for them. And you know, the other thing I will say is that at least Dig did deny a couple waves on top after they did push that in. It wasn't a cannon wave, so they denied. I think it was at least 2 waves there. So that's something that they got back while losing the Dragon. It is going to be Amasu getting chunked out here, and will be Chemtech Soul, which is always a little bit nicer when you are playing kind of like, you know, Ivern, Melio, these Enchanter-style champions. So it's not bad, it feels like, for either side.
Yeah.
I mean, from Dignitas, if you remember, like, 5 minutes ago, they're down 1,000 gold. They're, like, maybe suffering a little bit, but Dig has made 2 good plays back-to-back. It doesn't really look like they're winning too hard. I mean, they're down a little bit of gold now, but it's much better than being down 1,000 gold.
So how big of a scaling advantage do you guys see it for FlyQuest? Like, do you think that Dignitas can still win if they're even on gold? Do you think they have to be significantly ahead?
Well, I do think the scaling comps nowadays are not like that annoying as before. I know there was a point in League that if you would just play Seri Smolder, there was a point that Seri Smolder will just take over the game. Nowadays, it's not that easy to like carry the game 1v9. You kind of get one-shot by everything. So having a scaling comps is not that important. But I do think when you don't have engaged and when you don't have like a way to kill these threats, like these carries, it does become annoying. And I think this game for Dignitas is sort of what's going to happen. Even with the Camille engaging, they don't have enough damage to one-shot either Asir or Senna. So
yeah, especially with Ivern there, with Redemption, with Nautilus CCing your melees as they go in. There's a lot to fight through, and the Azir ult, and the Senna shield, and the Senna heals. Like, it's a lot you have to actually be able to kill through.
Yeah, but if they will have a different comp, like, I don't know, Bayard sort of like this, you know, one-shot 6 Camille, something like that, then it will be better, but it's not the case, so they have to, like, do something in the game.
Well,
I mean, you can see the scaling already coming in from the Azir. For the past few waves, you've just seen him pushing Palafox, and now the instant Griffin comes up. He's just hitting top turret for free, and Azir takes turrets really fast.
Dive on bot side. Trundle going to start it out. There's the Senna ult to buy some time. Denethor goes in with the X-Tech ultimatum. Gakkos cannot outplay it. Nice dive on the other side, but it is first tower gold claimed there for Quad, who is going to get himself a nice chunk of change. Dig will be able to finish off a tower on bot side here, utilizing that Trundle, one of the best tower killers in the entire game.
Yeah. And we're talking about scaling. Camille's, as a champion, she scales really well. I know we saw her in support role for a while, but you know, give her Triforce, give her some levels. She scales really well, and she's got a 500 gold lead, even though her laning phase was quite rough.
And I always feel like when you were playing top lane and you're playing a Triforce champion into an Eclipse champion, when they finish Eclipse, it is like so cursed. You just can't win any trade. But then when you get Triforce and they're still just on that Eclipse, it's kind of your turn to run the show. And so Denethor now at a pretty good point in the game. Yesterday, he went Triforce into Ravenous Hydra, kind of just expecting the same here today. Of course, once you get that sustain, these side lane matchups can get pretty difficult against them. And FBI, though, maybe has overextended. Cryogen going to look with the hook, does connect. The Root Crawler is there to follow it up, and it means FBI has to flash away as Masu comes in.
And you lose Flash before Rift Herald, but it doesn't even seem like Dig really cares about the Rift Herald. Trundle's bot side, while it's Mon and Griffin's hitting it. Maybe he crosses now, though?
Yeah, it looks like he is heading up there. You can see that Denethor is working on that bot wave, pushing that in. Dignitas trying to get some prio here. Masu, they're going to just jump on him. The culling is whiffing on everything, though.
Went wide.
Did he get rooted? I didn't actually catch that.
He just missed.
He just missed. All right, well, Cryogen could be in some trouble. Nice buffer there on the Rune Prison as he was rooted up. Cryogen and Griffin, only ones here right now. Quad going to TP in and try to help out. FBI does get into that side brush. Gakkos arrives, going to be getting a nice chunk down onto Palafox. The Nautilus ult going to be thrown down on the Palafox. He has to flash over the wall. Dardoch in the middle of everyone as Cryogen flashing out to safety. In goes Quad. The public execution at the perfect timing. FBI wishes he had his flash.
But Denethor
on the back line, though, trying to finish off Masu. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Flashes in. The barrier is there. The Ivern shielding is there as well. Can't finish off the Senna. It is 2 for 3 at the end of the day, but that feels a lot better for FlyQuest as they've even got Herald.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take tier 1. Maybe they even get a crash for tier 2. I don't know if they'll take it, though. But
It should be
overall,
only there,
man.
overall, it's like, you feel really nice. Like, this is he pretty much won lane, and then he just keeps getting gold. He got top turret, he got mid turret, now he got some kills.
Yeah.
This game's going so well for this year. You have to start to be a little bit more careful of him.
Yeah, I do think people forgot how to play into Azir because people stopped playing it because he got nerfed like 20 times in a row. And now he's sort of buff times, so you can play again. But giving gold to this champion, you should never be happy giving gold to Azir because he's a very snowball champion. And once he gets like 2-3 items, he's really hard to kill in fights, specifically with this comp. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is just a frustrating moment there for Denethor. Flashed in, thought he could at least get the 1 kill, but there's the barrier, there's the Iron Shield. It's a lot of tools to get through and just didn't quite have the damage. And there is the Realm Warp used there by Palafox. So now FlyQuest have reclaimed that 1,000 gold lead. Dragon is on the map here, and FlyQuest going to be feeling, I think, pretty good about their position after that. There's so many missing flashes. It's just Masu who has his in the game right now, and I guess Griffin's came back up.
Yeah, I think Dignitas' game plan right now just seems to be keep making side lane plays. Doesn't really matter to who. But you see Dardock here, goes pillar on Gakkos.
Yeah, nothing will happen here.
And I think they might even end up just trading the Dragon for top tier 1. Just keep getting more gold on your Ryze. Ryze is still a champion that does scale really well. You know, you get level 16, you get 3 core with your Actualizer, and you can start to pump out a lot of damage.
And they're going to be able to take this tower. And make sure you're not running on empty to the Gas South Arena in Atlanta, Georgia from October 3rd and 4th. Single-day tickets are now available, and we've also added more seats at the floor level. So if you want to be up close to the action, make sure you grab those before they are gone. Dardock will take a camp, will take a tower, and FlyQuest going to trade that for the Dragon on the bottom side. And always feels nice as Senna when you can kind of just bounce between mid lane and these neutral objectives because they actually drop a lot of souls when you have free time. You can really accelerate how quickly you're getting these souls.
I mean, he has, what, 51 souls right now?
Yeah.
That's pretty good for 18 minutes in the game, as far as I understand.
Really good for pro play, for sure, I think.
Yeah.
And he's going to be going Black Cleaver, which is always really nice to have for the Ambessa as well. You know, a little bit of added shred there for the squad.
Yeah, I do think Senna, this game is like completely fine already. She went through the worst part of it, and now she's going to hit 2 items, which is a pretty huge spike for Senna too. So I do think FlyQuest can just start hitting battle whenever they want with 2 items Azir and just force the fight. I think that's the best they can do, because you don't want to go into a silent game into Camille Rice. You just want to make them come to fight you. So
yeah. And with Senna and Ivern, you're so healthy hitting Baron that it's like you can kind of keep doing it and force them to come into you over and over. Griffin going to get spotted on that bot side. He's behind Denethor, but Dardock and Ignar have not been noticed just yet. Gakkos might actually face check them. We'll see if they're still in that brush, but Spidey senses were tingling and not going to fully commit to it.
Yeah, a little bit weird from FlyQuest. They kind of overload in the bot side and then just
they're looking, and now Griffin is going to be spotted. Quite a bit committed, 4 members there, but they're looking for more as they're going after Gakkos. The pillar will buy a little bit of time. I don't think Dig can catch up, but they do grab the 1 kill here. And FlyQuest in the area. Quad now out on the map, just finished his Shadow Flame, so he'd be happy to fight, but I think they're worried about giving over too much to Palafox mid.
Yeah, I do think the weakness of Ivern and why he's not playing it properly, this champion is like so easy to kill once you find him on the bad spot. Like, it's not like Jarva, not like Lee Sin, not like Xin Sao. It's like once you got him, if you CC him, he just dies, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's Jungle Janna, right? Like,
yeah, literally.
You have no survivability. As Palafox is going to pop the Ghost, trying to get into the Shroud. There's the attack sweep, slowing him down. The Senna, all the redemption coming through. And again, they don't have the damage to finish the job. Denethor will fall. Palafox will limp out. They do get a kill onto Cryogen. But again, just not quite the damage to finish off Masu. They're not calculating in the barrier, the Senna, all the redemption from the Ivern. There's so many tools that you have to get through.
I mean, Masu didn't even have to flash. Like, I know Palafox has this like weird side angle, but like your Camille just used ult to kill the Ivern. You know, you can just take mid prowl if you want and go elsewhere with it. I feel like it's so overforced from here.
Yeah, it does not work out. You know, Palafox at the very least does survive, but he lost his flash, and they kill 1 back. So it is 1 for 1 at the end of the day. But you lost flash on the Rise, and you lost your top laner for the enemy support. So it's obviously not an even trade.
Yeah, this kind of plays us what they should do in the whole game. I do think if you keep giving time to this comp and just let them farm for free, they're just going to be happy about it. Like, the Azir is always happy farming. So if you pressure them to come fight you, you should be happy for Dig's side, at least for now. And just having like number advantage with the Ryze Camille is also helpful, which is what they're doing right now, just forcing the plays. I do think now they're playing better, but I don't know if it's too late for it.
How do you feel about the Dead Man's purchase here from Dardoch?
I do think it's a nice item. I'm not sure about the Triforce because there is a lot of Trundles that build this Hexplate, I think is the item. And when you have a damage top lane like Camille, I do think it's too greedy to go Triforce because then you're kind of squishy. So Hexplate feels nice, specifically because you pick Trundle to counter the Nautilus. So
5 members here bought from FlyQuest. As, they were looking for Palafox. He wants his Realm Worm
A
out.
little bit spooked, I guess. I mean, he has no flash, so maybe, but he had his boys behind him, so I think he was all right, but it's fine.
Was he that scared? Did they all chat him, you need to run or something?
Yeah, I don't know if he got any vision of it or if he just kind of sensed it coming because no one was answering the side waves or mid or something. Maybe he just thought they were going for the bot. All 5 FlyQuest members were there, and the gold lead has shrunk a little bit here as Dignitas has been doing a pretty good job attacking these side lanes. Denethor, 4 kills to his name. Palafox has grabbed a couple kills now, and there's a deep TP coming in here from Gatgos. Going to be looking for them. Remember, Palafox has no flash and no Realm Warp and no Ghost, and he's going to get the bad news as he is separated out from the rest of the team, and he is sure to fall here.
And bottom.
And they're just going to start Baron, I think. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah, they do so much damage to it. We talked about how they can just tank it forever with the Ivern shields and then always tanking it. So I'm curious to see how they can play it out and punish them. It feels so hard to walk into Ivern when he has bushes down and you know they're not going to take damage. They do it so fast.
Do you think they should give?
No,
I don't think they should give, but they have to do something.
All right, well, we'll see if Dignitas can approach here. They are grabbing the red buff first, and it's dying pretty slowly, I will say that, as it is still relatively early in the game, now down to about half HP. Dardoch does have his flash. Cryogen over on the side, connects the hook and the depth charge. There's the public execution. Ignar is just gone. Blast Cone used to try to get out of there as Denethor cannot connect with that Hextech hookshot. And now in comes the flash from Cryogen over the wall. They're going to be looking here for Denethor. Denethor is going to get burst down by Quad. Dig have no chance in this fight. Easy kill there onto the Melio and then just following across the wall, taking out the Camille.
And they're going to start again.
Man, honestly, great hook from Cryogen to start everything off onto the Melio. I didn't really see the angle of why they're getting off, but then he just makes magic happen.
Yeah, I do think with the Trundle you can block the Q, but he didn't do it that well, so.
Dardoch still has flash though, so they're still threatening a potential steal here. Palafox moving in. Quad taking a pretty big spell flux there. Palafox just going to go for it, but he still has no summoners. They will turn. Flash in there from Quad. Doesn't catch FBI as he flashed out. FBI will finish off Quad. Palafox survived. Gatgos is getting low as Palafox looking for the Realm Warp into the backline. The spell flux not going to bounce as he misses that Q. Gatgos surviving for now. Masu is running. Dignitas need to keep chasing for more. It's a flash back in with a Drakehound step from Gatgos and a Blast Cone into the team with no HP means he dies, and now Denethor arrives. FlyQuest could get aced here. Masu, Cryogen, Griffin running, but they have really no damage at all. FBI dashing in, getting rooted up there. Great hook from Cryogen, but it will not be enough to finish off FBI. Griffin running, but Denethor eventually, you have to think, is going to catch him. He commits the flash. Denethor commits a flash of his own, and there's the hook shot. Nice interrupt by the trigger seed there, by that root caller, excuse me. And Griffin will walk out, but it's 4 kills for Dignitas. Yeah. And the Baron stays alive.
I must say, I hate this Azir syndrome, that they always want to do the shuffle.
You always have to go in.
And they always die. It's so useless. I hate when the Azir do this. And it's just it's like the Lee one for mid lane.
Well, great flash from FBI, so credit to him to be able to react to it. And we're going to throw it over to the analyst desk to hear their thoughts on how the game is going.
Coming to us.
What's up, guys? We're just flaming FlyQuest for their decision making in this game.
I mean,
thoughts on that one, guys?
Yeah.
I think we already thought the game is over, and then they got aced.
Yeah, so I don't know how that whole sequence just happened. But
would you say that they lost composure? FlyQuest?
Yeah, I think they had a lot of composure through the whole game, and starting from the draft, they just drafted full scaling. A lot of composure, and then I'm just got bored.
I mean, sometimes it's just really boring to win slowly and take Drake every 5 minutes.
That's what was happening.
When you can just fight. And
I mean, we are lucky LCS is played like once a week. If it was like 3 times a week, there is no way you would be able to handle playing scaling that often. But like once a week for 2 hours, I think you can scale.
Now look at this team fight, because FlyQuest looked like they were just going to hard win, and then Azir goes way too far.
I don't know why Azir.
I don't know why he wants to flip someone. Just
do you think Quad is slow that FBI wouldn't flash?
But I know we don't have a mid laner. We don't have a mid laner here, but I think it's very common trend for Azirs to like shuffle in for.
Ever since Faker did it to Ruler, everyone thinks they can do it.
Whoa,
that was really in there.
Wow, they really went in deep there.
We say that TP was composed by.
Let's see, Quad.
Oh, here he goes again.
I don't know about that Quad. We just
stopwatch.
Okay, this time he had Zonia, but he still dies, no?
Yeah.
This time, Quad, I think it was not that great.
We're going a bit fast.
I mean, he did kill the enemy jungler.
What do you think about it? Whoa!
Holy
I think that's good bait, though.
Whoa,
flash!
Great root!
Combination!
Oh my god, Serpent's
Where's the
Fang.
damage, bro?
He has Serpent's Fang and Daisy.
It's 3v3. This Iron Daisy is pumping, man. Oh my god.
Dude, they just saw FlyQuest go too deep, and they were like, hold on.
We can do you better.
It's my turn.
Hold my beer.
Jesus. I mean, they saw that. If they kill them, they can get Baron.
Though,
They really saw it.
I'm surprised that Ryze can root Senna in that spot and she survives. Like,
Wait, he's gonna catch him.
FBI?
Wow, he's dead. That's crazy, that angle. What the hell?
told you he's a Senna main.
Damn. I mean, it looked really back and forth now.
We got the stat on the
It's back. It's
Okay,
not
but
fourth
when it
anymore.
comes to Azir, I feel like it's not just Quad. I have seen every Azir king in the league do this. Like, they just start shuffling in for no reason, no?
It must feel good, no?
Yeah, it does feel good because you, like, travel so far.
Combination?
Yeah.
Combination?
Faker did it to Ruler, and then everyone's trying to do that now.
But if Fly actually just fights front to back, it's still kind of cooked,
It's just over,
I
yeah.
feel like if Azir disables his E and R button and just double
They're
Q
content maxing, no? For the league.
for the league.
Yeah, they want to keep the hell.
I would rather them finish fast so we can finish the day here.
Why? Aren't you having a great time?
I don't know, I feel like it's
You're paid
scheduled.
for the day, so you're good to go home now?
I feel like it's scheduled here.
It's scheduled.
I mean, it
Alright,
looks...
let's see again. I feel like the fight is looking pretty good. Senna W now something.
Wait, how did the Mesa get in
I
there?
don't know if you can just tip it in.
He feed in the back. Nautilus started on the trundle, and there was no one to follow up.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like the carries weren't able to hit, and even close.
Now Quad
Yeah.
has got mad at enemy jungler.
Well, he did kill someone.
Nearly flash, but...
He gets showed up ultimate.
Dig's eyes opened up
Okay, let's
real
see how
soon.
Senna outplayed them, because I felt like the moment he got rooted, Camille can just try to either, but maybe she wasted E. She
I think
wasted
he
E
used to
now.
keep the fight going. They did kill Kraken off the
Camille no E.
So I felt kind
And
of
now
good.
he gets rooted in this spot.
Camille's no E.
He can escape this?
Yeah.
I think
KCC was pretty good
just
too.
doesn't have damage, I guess.
Yeah, Lucian just is useless.
I mean, he has Serpent's Fang, so he's actually doing the most damage possible.
Is he though?
No, it is. If he,
yeah.
no, Serpent's Fang value
For
probably is
2,500
crazy.
gold
I'm sure it's the most
item,
value.
this is the
We should
strongest
hover,
you can
hover
get.
the
Let
Serpent's.
me check his,
Can we check?
his
Yeah.
item value here on our spectator clients.
Yeah, because I think there was
You can
only
see
one
how
team
much
fight.
it
He
is.
just hit Masu when he was the massive
It says
shield
right
on
now
him.
3,285.
I mean,
It is something, yeah.
Kind of
Before
crazy.
the
Very
Baron
high
fight,
value
it
there.
was 2.5k.
So
So
700.
about 700 shielding reduced in that fight.
I mean, I never like it on ranked champs. I think it has very low value and it shouldn't be bought.
I mean, it is cheap, has a good stat line.
Well, the reality is, he would not have had IE anyway, or any
Yeah.
strong item. That was
Yeah.
the strongest he could be in that
That
moment.
Yeah.
is true.
So, and they
Also
still
more
lost.
value, right? Like a Seer Shield, MS Shield,
Yeah.
Eclipse.
I mean, it's a really good game for
Senna
Serpent's
ulti.
Fang, but
Someone should have it for sure.
hey, they're sending it.
holy shit.
Guys is ulting in,
Captain
but
Flowers.
can we kill him?
Shine, buddy.
Take it away, Azil.
Fast, fast, fast.
Masu is shut down there by Denethor as Dardoch has to flash out. Denethor going to get flanked here. The public execution gets dodged by Denethor. Gakkos, though, going to the back line, will finish him off. It's 3 kills for FlyQuest, and that might just be the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Zero just does so much damage when he doesn't go in and commit suicide.
Yeah. He finally realized that if he hits the targets, he wins the fight, and he doesn't need to shuffle it. Yeah, really good for him.
It might just be straight up the end of the game here. They have so much pushing power. It feels like it might be hard for them to do any damage through the Iron Shields here.
Yeah, and the Baron buff is still there for a little bit of time. It's just Dardoch and Ignar, not much wave clear whatsoever. FlyQuest just focusing down the towers. Now going to turn here onto Dardoch. He is getting very low, but survives for now, buying a little bit of time. It's still 5 more seconds. Still FBI is up, though, so FlyQuest are going to close it out and clinch playoffs with a 2-0 win over Dignitas.